Couple of reminders. When the camera is pointing to me, make sure that the mic is also facing, because when you start like recording something else, then they can't hear me, and that's not the whole point.
If it don't involve money, then I don't accept.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a Cocinando Pendejes, so I'm gonna like let you in a little fucking secret here, okay? So today is July 20th and tomorrow is July 21st. Now I know a lot of you guys know that I'm on keto. So tomorrow is Muda's birthday, ha 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 ha. So I was like, okay, like it's tradition to have a fucking cake on your birthday. Like there's no way that you can't celebrate your birthday without having a cake. Unless you're like a Jehovah's Witness, and that's something totally different. But for me, in my case, like it's just you have to. So I was like, fuck, you know, I gotta go buy Muda a cake. But then I was like, oh my god, we're on keto, and like we kind of don't want to break our keto diet. I decided that I'm gonna make him like a little cake for his birthday, and it's gonna be 100% keto friendly. And then a lot of the ingredients that I'm using, you can definitely just use like for whatever. So instead of just making him a basic like regular cake, I'm just gonna make him a cheesecake, because cheesecake is like, you're an adult already, and you know, no more none of that funfetti shit. I'm gonna make him a funfetti later, but just for you guys, for this Cocinando Pendejes, I'm gonna make you guys a fucking bomb, low carb, ketogenic friendly cheesecake. So here are some of the ingredients that you're gonna need, so come on over. So I'm just gonna get some cream cheese. These are fucking expensive. I don't know, like I just don't buy cream cheese on the regular. Just go to Costco and buy a big ass bucket of cream cheese. It's probably a lot cheaper. So I'm just gonna use 3 of these for the actual base. This is a really keto friendly like product. So if you ever decide that you do want to go on to keto a little bit like later in the future, this is Swerve. This is erythritol. It's like a sugar substitute. Now it's really important to know to not be dependent on things like this, but this is a 0-calorie sweetener, and yeah, so it's like kind of sugar-free kind of. You're gonna also need some butter here, some vanilla extract, some cinnamon. You're gonna need some eggs as well. And for the crust, which I'm gonna show you what we're gonna be doing first, you're going to need this almond flour. Get it at Costco. If you don't have a Costco membership, well, ask fucking your fucking neighbor Tonya to fucking help you out and buy it for you. It is the cheapest and it is the best in the terms of like macros. Like it literally has two carbs per cup, per 1/4 of a cup. This is amazing. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna show you how to do the actual crust first. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so bitches, so I'm gonna do a voiceover just because it's gonna make my life so much easier. Go ahead and grab 6 teaspoons of butter, put it in the microwave to melt. I am going to use 1 1/2 cups of almond flour for that crust that we're about to make. It's gonna be so good. And then, oh, sorry, I think somebody was texting me. I think your man was texting me, but I can't remember, but whatever. Then I'm going to use some of the Swerve or the erythritol. This is the powdered version. I'm using 1/2 cup. If you want your crust to be extra sweet, then use a whole cup. I don't know, it's your life. Do what you want to do. It's not like it has calories or anything, but dies from it. And then from this step, you're going to grab just a little dash of cinnamon. I'm going to measure it in the palm of my hand. Thanks, Ray, for giving me this tip when I was fat and young and depressed, but whatever. Then grab your butter and then put that in your bowl as you're kind of glued to it all. I need to get a whisk. Just get a whisk to go ahead and incorporate the ingredients roughly, and then from there I'm gonna actually use my hands. Now I actually don't remember if I washed my hands or not, so I was probably scratching my butt, and that's what gave it the actual zing to the crust. So if you don't want the zing, go ahead and wash your hands. Nasty. My grandma used to get when she would make tortillas, she would be like this. She would go like this, she would sit down and she would go, oh fuck. She would do it hard as fuck. Okay, so now that, what? Alright, pues bitch, it's hot in here, fuck. So now that I've mixed the ingredients, it was such an easy like crust base, just because usually people use graham crackers, just because graham crackers have all these carbs and sugars or whatever. So I'm going to make my cheesecake in this, what the fuck was it called? Do you remember? I got it at Target, bitch, okay? So go ahead and you can use like a regular one, but if you use like a regular pan, you're gonna need to like cover the outside in foil and do all this dumb shit. I don't got time for that. So I really just, this is like the easiest thing to do. So I'm gonna show you how to layer down the crust, okay? All right, bitch, so then grab your crusty crust and you're gonna go ahead and just smash it all around your pan or whatever. If you don't have a non-stick spray like pot, then make sure you spray it before you do this. And then I'm just gonna flatten it down with the back of this 1/4 little cup thing. Make sure that you do it nice and, you know, squishy. That way it's even and you're not gonna have like just like a weird crust. Just make sure that it's all even throughout and it's actually patted down pretty nicely, and it's gonna be super good once you're done patting because he's nice and you look just nice. Alright, so now that your crust is done, you're gonna go ahead and preheat your oven to 325 degrees. And I totally forgot, the recipe does include sour cream. I don't have American sour cream. I'm fucking Mexican, okay? I shop at the carniceria just like anybody else. So if you have regular fucking sour cream Daisy, then use that one instead. I have the Mexican sour cream. I'm gonna use the Mexican sour cream, okay? Just because this is my life, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and start making the cheesecake filling. Now this is like the most important part, okay? It's super easy, it's super quick. You can use like like those hand mixer things. I'm fucking lazy and I like to just throw things in the blender just because when I feel like when you blend it, it creates this like such a creamy consistency and it's really, really easy. So I'm gonna show you how to do that, okay? So come on over. Forgot to mention that you really need to lay all the products that you're gonna use out in room temperature for like 2 hours. Bitch, it is hot. It is hotter than the devil's asshole here in Southern California. So I've left the things out for like an hour and they're fucking cool. Like they are gelling, okay? So just like an FYI. Alright, bitch, so I'm gonna throw everything in a blender. I low-key took a bite of the cream cheese because I'm fat and I love it. So go ahead and use 3 packets of cream cheese. Now make sure that they are room temperature because if it's not, you're not gonna be able to do this in a blender and it's just gonna be hard for you. So make your life easier. Go ahead and put 3 whole entire cubes of cheese or cream cheese. I like how these things are hella hard to open and I stuff them down in there. I've had this little blender since college and I've always used it because it's just like practical and I love it. And then what I'm going to do here next is I'm going to add Swerve again. I'm going to do a whole entire cup of the erythritol. So I'm using 2 half cups here. I'm not really measuring it too precise because like I don't want it too sweet. And too much of this shit is going to kill you. So let's just go ahead and ignore that. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and add some vanilla extract. This shit is so expensive. I'm going to go ahead and just add like a dash, like a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half, just because I like it vanilla-y. And then from there, I'm going to add some of my Mexican crema. This is what's going to help you take a shit. And so just go ahead. It's supposed to be like around 8 ounces, but I just kind of eyeballed it. Put it down there so that things don't get stuck. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to add some eggs. I used 3 eggs in total, but what you have to do is use 1 egg at a time and incorporate it slowly, one by one, because then it's going to come out nasty and you don't want this shit to taste like egg because nobody likes huevo, you know what I'm saying, for your dessert. All right, and then blend that shit up. So then now I'm going to add just a little bit more of the sour cream just because I feel like I needed just a little more. And then keep cracking your eggs one by one. So this is like 2 eggs in here. And now I'm going to just slowly incorporate it. You want to make sure that your consistency is like, it's just fluffy and rich and delicious. And you just need to take your time. So here's my last egg. Crack it. Eat muy chef with 1 hand. And then this is going to be my final pulse. Now, you want to make sure that your blender is getting all the nooks and crannies of things, because if it's not, then you got to reevaluate your life. And I'm just cleaning up here because it's about to be a mess. And everything looks good, so go ahead and take off that. And look at how creamy and awesome this is. Make sure you check for any lumps and stuff like that and mix it up just to make sure that everything's nice and incorporated and mixed. We have it all blended, and that's why I like using a blender. Like I said, you could definitely use like a hand mixer if you want, just to make your life easier, but this is gonna be so easy to pour. And I'm gonna go ahead and just start pouring it into the cheesecake. Me taking a creamy shit. All right, so then here you're gonna just put all of the delicious cream cheese like filling and go ahead and smooth it out, and that way you have a nice even layer. You could use this like a butter knife or something. I'm just using the back of my spoon because I'm lazy and I really don't be giving a fuck. Like, y'all swear like I'm a culinary chef. Like, bitch, I'm just helping y'all and trying to help y'all make some good recipes, okay? So make sure that everything comes down. And honestly, like, this is pretty much the whole entire recipe, okay? So I have my oven at 325 currently. I forgot to tell you, I have a very special like cheesecake type of like dish. If you're gonna use like a regular pan one, just like a regular like 8-inch one, you want to make sure that you do butter the sides or like spray with some Pam so that it doesn't get stuck. This one's really cool because I'm just gonna be able to lift it up. Imagine it doesn't work. I'm gonna be able to lift it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the oven, but I also want to share a tip with you all. What's important is that this water is gonna go into the oven right next to the cheesecake, and then some of the moisture is gonna evaporate. So that way your cheesecake doesn't come out crumbly and nasty, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and place it in there right next to it. Oh! So for the timing, it's gonna take about 50 minutes for it to cook at 325. So after 50 minutes, you're gonna check on it. It shouldn't be glossy or anything on the top anymore. It should still be a little bit like wiggly in the middle, which is totally fine. So what you're going to do is you're gonna turn off the heat from the oven. You're gonna open your oven just a little bit so it airs out. And then from there, you're gonna be able to place it into your fridge, and you're gonna wanna have it in the fridge for around like 4 hours, which I know it seems like a long time. And then once it's been like coagulated or whatever, then you can take out the lid. And I'm gonna do that, but it's just gonna take a long time, so I'm just telling you guys now. So let's go ahead and wait, and I'll see you guys soon, okay? You guys, the cheesecake is done cooking. Come on, take a look. What's really important that you guys look at the cheesecake is I left it in for 50 minutes, and then for the last like 10 minutes, what I did, I turned off the actual oven, and then I let it air for a little bit. And so you're gonna get this really nice like kind of crust on the corners. Do you see how it's still kind of jiggly in the center? That's what you're gonna want. So it's a little jiggly still in the center, and that's totally fine, and that's totally a-okay. The rest, it's gonna coagulate inside of the refrigerator for that like 4 hours. It's best if you do it overnight. Bitch, I don't think I'm gonna be able to fucking wait until overnight. So traditional like New York style cheesecake is literally just a plain cheesecake with like a strawberry compote on top. So today I'm gonna make a blueberry raspberry compote, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. It's super easy, okay? So first you're gonna turn on a little pan here. I'm gonna use frozen raspberries because these are actual berries. When you're on the keto diet, you can actually consume, and a couple of blueberries. I'm gonna use all of it just so I can top it on the top. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna cook it first and then place it on top of the cheesecake and then put it in the fridge. Does that make sense? So go ahead and just make sure that your pan heats up just a little bit. I'm gonna use maybe like a cup of raspberries. This is like a full cup. Then I'm also going to throw in just a handful of some fresh blueberries on top, just to make it look pretty or whatever. This is a little bit more of your powdered sugar, so we're just gonna go ahead and just sprinkle it on top, just like that. I'm just gonna use a little bit of butter. You know the butter that I used that I didn't use for the actual crust? I'm just gonna go ahead and toss it on top right here, just like that. Spaghetti? It looks like spaghetti sauce. Like olive. And then I made the cheesecake is ready, the fucking compote is ready. It literally looks kind of like a fucking olive pizza. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it just chill on the top, like just let it air kind of cool down just outside in normal temperature, and then from there I'm gonna stick it in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours before I cut it. That way the actual jelly, like the actual compote, kind of jellies a little bit, and the actual cheesecake solidifies and coagulates. So I'm so excited. I want to eat this cake so bad, and I'm just gonna let it chill for a little bit, and then I'll see you guys once it's ready. Okay? All right, bye. You guys, it's been 4 hours, and I just literally cannot wait. I think the best result is if you just have it in there for more than like overnight, but it is finally done, so I want to show you. Oh, here it is. Oh my god. So like I said, this like pan is made for like cheesecakes and stuff like that, but if you don't have it, you might have some more technical difficulties taking it out. This one's really chill, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is. Unhook it. Bitch. Oh my god. And it's ready to serve. Oh, this is a low carb, ketogenic friendly cheesecake. I am super excited. Let's go ahead and cut it. All right, let's go ahead and cut it. Oh my god, bitch. Let's get a big pop of slice. It looks like a little Oh, to come out. Oh my god, look at that, babe. This actually came out so good, and I'm honestly super excited. And dude, it is keto friendly. Like, I'm so happy. Like, it's so easy to just indulge and have a day where you can just eat whatever the fuck you want, and like, I'm so excited. Let me get a fork really quick. Yes, squad. Oh my god, yes, hunty. Look. I'm gagged the house down already. Imagine it tastes like shit. It doesn't even taste like sugar-free or anything. It literally tastes like a bomb at Costco. Who, bitch? Porto's who, bitch? You guys, this is so good. And the crust, it legit tastes kind of like graham cracker. You guys, this has been my favorite Cocinando Pendejes. Like, I've made so many fun videos, but this one right here is like a for sure. I'm gonna have all the recipe things in the bottom, so you guys don't have to fucking search or anything. If you like these types of videos, make sure you guys leave a comment down below and follow me on my social media. I have a Snapchat, Instagram, a Twitter. Go ahead and like, if you guys ever make any Cocinando Pendejes, send me a DM please, because I love seeing when you guys actually make the food. Thank you guys so much. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to my channel and click that little bell so you guys are the first persons that are notified when I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Las gafas. I'll see you stupid bitches later, okay? Thanks. Bye guys.
If it don't involve money, then I don't accept.
Like olive.